In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Welcome back to the show. Paul Amadeus Lane, you're in the tech zone. Third and final segment of the show. And yes, I'm going to begin this segment like I did the beginning of the show, the middle of the show, and now the third segment of the show with I'm titanium, shoot me down, I won't fall, fire away, fire away. I probably butchered the words and everything, but if you want to find out why I'm singing that song all day long, just listen to the first part of the show. It kind of feels good. Hey, remember you connect with me. PaulAmadeusLane.com. Now I'm so excited to catch up with my great friend, fellow disabled journalist, gamer, a great friend of mine. There's a lot of things that are happening in the gaming world over the last several months, so I wanted to get him on so we can talk about it and give his viewpoint of what's going on. So without any further delay, let's bring him on. I am so happy to have with me right now my fellow disabled journalist and my brother from another mother, Tony Polanco. What's going on, Dominican Dominator?
Paul Amadeus Lane, man, what's going on? It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
It has.
Always happy to be on, brother.
Hey, as they say, it's been a month of Sundays, man, since the last time we chatted, man.
Man.
And a lot of stuff have went down, man, you know, since the last time we chatted. Major changes at PlayStation, new games that dropped and launched, and it's just a great time to catch up and chat, man. You've been staying out of trouble, man?
Oh, I'm trying, man. If you see my Twitter, I'm clean these days, man. I'm staying away from fanboys, all that nonsense, bro. And if, you know, and the thing is, social media is interesting, man, because for some reason people open up a lot more than they should. I'm guilty of this myself, and I'm normally the guy who doesn't open up at all in real life, you know? Like, I could be on the street, my arm would be chopped off, I'm bleeding. People are like, yo, you all right? I'm like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am in real life, but for some reason, like, everybody, myself, has a compulsion to share more. So I've been trying, like, yo, if you got a thought in your head, you don't need to share it with everybody, man. Just some pertinent, you know what I'm saying? So I leave that alone. So I'm staying out of trouble, playing all these games, getting my work done, you know, doing me, basically, as the kids would say.
And that's what I'm talking about. We ain't being extra, right?
Yeah, man.
Hey, bro. So let's first talk about the major news that broke. I want to say September. I want to say I got an email from some colleagues, and then I saw it on the Twitter about Shawn Layden no longer being chairman of Sony Worldwide Studios, man. And I was shocked. I was blown away. Man, what was your thoughts when you got that news?
Yeah, I was surprised, but here's the, you know, Shawn Layden is not the only guy, right? My friend Gio Corsi, he left recently, and there's another guy that is escaping me at the moment. He left, but Andrew House, obviously, he left like about a year ago, and you know, and obviously, I don't want to jump into any kind of speculation, but all I know is that, you know, PlayStation 4 is winding down, you know, so it seems like a lot of people that were responsible for making it a success are like stepping away, maybe moving on. Maybe there was something going on with Sony where they couldn't, you know, progress any further or whatever. I can't speculate on that, but it just seems like there's a transition going on as we're about to enter the next phase. You know, obviously Shawn Layden, you know, did a lot for Sony, did a lot for disabled gamers specifically, which we both really appreciate. And I'm sure he's going to move, you know, go on to bigger and better things. But yeah, when I saw that news, I was very shocked. I'm like, whoa, like I did not see this coming, you know? But again, I don't really want to speculate on it because we don't really know what's going on. I've heard a lot of stories, which I'm not going to bring up here because they're all speculative in nature. But yeah, that was not that was surprising. And then for Gio, you know, he was the guy that was championing, not only did he champion the PlayStation Vita, which I love, right? But he also helped facilitate bringing over a lot of Japanese, and like Yakuza is one of the bigger franchises in PlayStation at the moment, this generation. That was because of him. You know, Shenmue, that was all because of him. He brought a lot of these games over, so that was really surprising because, like, to, you know, and I'm just saying this because maybe because Gio's like a personal friend of mine, but to me, he was kind of like the heart of like the underside of Sony. I know that's not the correct word. You know what I'm saying? Like the underground kind of Sony games, like more indie Japanese games. Like he was really responsible for that. So it was kind of shocking to see that, you know. So I think it's just a transition phase going on right now. But Jim Ryan's still in charge, you know, and he's making some interesting comments. But you know, I think he's probably going to try to bring in some new people for the PlayStation 5, which is going to come out November of next year.
Yeah, it's shocking, you know, and just to see how the gaming world, the winds have shifted. You know, earlier this year when Reggie stepped down from Nintendo, and then Shawn stepping aside. Well, what's the next, man? Is it Phil Spencer? He's gonna be next, man. You know?
Yeah, there was you saw Avengers Endgame, right? And Avengers Infinity War.
Saw that meme.
Remember how like yeah, the meme. Yeah, so you know, for you guys who don't know, if you saw Infinity War specifically, remember at the end everybody's disintegrating to ash. So what they did was they put a meme because last year at the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, they had you know, Reggie Fils-Aimé, Shawn Layden, and Phil Spencer all on stage together, right? So the meme was that you saw Reggie and Shawn disintegrating, and Phil Spencer was the only one left, you know. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Phil Spencer could be gone tomorrow for all we know. But that would be interesting to see. But I think he seems to have a little bit more of a hands-on approach to what's going on with Xbox. So I kind of don't see him leaving, especially them now as they're really going on to the next level when it comes to Game Pass and all this other stuff.
Yeah, no, you're spot on, man. Spot on. So let's play Jedi for a second. Let's say where do we see Shawn Layden next year? Do we see him still in the gaming industry? What does your Jedi powers tell you, Tony?
This is a little bit kind of timely. I predict, I could be wrong, I predict that he is going to move over to Google Stadia. I think that's what's going on right now. Google Stadia is about to launch on the 19th. It's in the news for good and bad, and you know, it seems like a lot of hot going over there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the move over there. But you know what? Wouldn't it be hilarious if he moves over to Xbox?
I know.
It would send the world spinning, bro.
Wouldn't it, man? It would be like, you know, that, gosh, yeah, that would just, the gaming world would just turn on its side, man, and upside down if that were to happen. But, you know, Shawn is a good friend of mine, and you know, I wish him only the best, man, and I'm glad our paths cross, and I think we're definitely going to see him again. And then, like, for our friends over at PlayStation, you know, great things are coming with the new console. And what do you think about the news that came out about The Last of Us? Remember, they had one launch date, and then they had to push it back a little bit. What do you think about that?
Yeah, here's the thing. Gamers are interesting because they seem to get mad when games get delayed. I can understand it to some extent, but to me, if you delay a game, it lets me know that you want to really put a lot of passion into it. And let's just be honest, a lot of games right now launch broken. They don't work. Right now, recently, Red Dead Redemption came out on PC finally. Even though for me, it's working fine, for a lot of people, the game can't even work. You know, Rockstar's out there putting patches. So I'm guessing, you know, Naughty Dog, you know, this is their premier game right now, you know, even more than Uncharted. The Last of Us is their big franchise. They don't want to mess this up. But it is interesting how literally a month after they had the whole big presentation where they announced the release date, and people were waiting that for years, right? Now they were like, oh, we got it delayed. So that was kind of interesting, but I don't begrudge them doing that. I applaud them, actually, because listen, man, like you know, in this day and age, you want to get everything right when it comes to games. And this one, you know, not only is it big for Naughty Dog, it's big for Sony, so they need to launch that thing right. So I'm all for it, you know.
I am so happy because I hate to be beta testers when it comes to games. You know what I mean? Sometimes studios, developers, they put these games out and we pay for the games. We are beta testers, you know, and I'm like, no, get it right and then put it out. You know, even though nothing is 100% when you release something like that, but I'm glad they're taking their time because something tells me, man, this game is going to be the games of all games, you know, when it's released, man. I think it's going to be another home run. Remember how Insomniac did with Spider-Man when they came out, how it was like basically the game of the year? I think Last of Us Part 2 will definitely be the game of the year, man. I just think great things are going to happen with that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, some people are already saying it's gonna be game of the generation. They're going that far. So Sony definitely wants to get it right.
Transformational. I think it's gonna be a really transformational, experience. And Tony, so let's chat about the game that just launched, Kojima, Death Stranding. So, what are your thoughts about that game and the launch and everything? Do you think, looking at the reviews and everything, has it lived up to the hype?
All right, I'm going to say this. Just full disclosure, I am a admitted Hideo Kojima fanboy. I love this man's work, right? Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite game of all time. I love all the Metal Gears. Been a big fan of his. I've been looking forward to this game since it was announced. And I believe you and I were there when it was announced, right? Sitting next to each other at the Sony presentation, 2015, I believe, man. But by the way, if you guys watch Tech Zone, you already know me and Paul, man. We go to all the E3s together. We always chat, spit it up. But so I've been anticipating this game for a while. When I didn't get a review copy beforehand, I did get a review copy like on launch day. I purposely didn't read reviews. Here's the thing: as a rule of thumb, there's something about you guys that you may not know about me. I don't read other people's reviews unless I know you personally. I don't read your reviews. I don't really want anybody else's thoughts getting into mine because sometimes you read a review, it's like, oh, that's a good point. I have to include that, so I purposely stay away from that stuff, right? So everything you're about to hear now. I know you wanted me to give other people's thoughts. I can't speak on that. Everything that I'm going to tell you right now is based off of my thoughts. I put about 50 hours into the game so far. I'm getting close to the end. I absolutely love it just because of the fact that it's like Hideo Kojima unfiltered. Like this is concentrated Kojima insanity. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in there that I don't exactly know. But you kind of get the gist of it. The presentation is obviously on point. The gameplay is kind of interesting because it like goes with the story where, because the whole story is about how you're trying to reconnect America, right? It's like a post-apocalyptic kind of world. America's fractured. You're trying to bring it all back together, right? So that's the main story. So the main gameplay is that you go around to all these stations and try to connect them all together and just bring the network back. And it's a metaphor for what's going on in the real world, right? Because in the game you're trying to bring back America, but it's really bringing the world back together because, and Paul, you and I kind of talked about this, how people are disconnected from each other. So it's like we have the internet, everybody's connected via the internet, but everybody feels so isolated from each other now, so the game really taps on those feelings and is really poignant. And it's like it's a game that it says something, but it's not so heavy-handed about it. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the experience, even though again Kojima, and I'll just say this guy doesn't care what you want in a game. It's like, no, I'm going to make you go across this entire map and you can't do nothing about it. Fast travel, sorry. Nope. You're going through this whole thing. The boldness, because there's a lot of, when you play a AAA game, you know what to expect. It's kind of safe. This game ain't safe. And this game also is not for everybody. I would not recommend this to, if you're like, like a person who really likes games that are just instant satisfaction, this is not for you. This is more of a slow burn type of game. It takes a while for it to ramp up, but when it does, man, it provides some really like crazy things that you've never seen in another game before. And again, I'm absolutely riveted by it, man. It's amazing what Kojima has done, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up next. Like, if it was up to me, I would tell him, yo, don't even make a sequel to this game. Make another game, like, because he's been doing nothing but Metal Gears forever. So it would be nice to just see him, work on different ideas and stuff. Because just based off of what I see him doing with this one, I'm like, yo, this guy's got it, man. He's not a fluke. So keep it coming, man. This is amazing.
Yeah, and Jeff Keighley, man, is like his sidekick, man. Jeff is always everywhere with him. I'd hit up Jeff and say, Jeff, man, can you share the love with us, man? Jeff is like everywhere with Kojima, man. So that's pretty cool to see Jeff and his escapades with Kojima. Kojima's pretty cool too. Even the stars know Kojima, man. That's the cool thing about it, He's like,
yeah, yo, Paul, you mind if I tell a quick story about Kojima, man?
Absolutely,
I think
man.
The fans will enjoy it, man.
You know what?
I
think you told me about that. Yeah, so let everyone else know about it.
Okay, yeah. So, I'll try to keep it a little brief, but I remember this was at E3 maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right? And this is the second story, but I'll leave the first one alone because it didn't end so well. So, I had some time in between appointments and I'm chilling. I was with my man Emilio. You know him, obviously. So he's a bigger Kojima fan than I am, right? So, and he's done some work for Kojima games in the past. So, we were outside. He went to the bathroom, and I was chilling on my phone. He comes out. He shows me his phone. He shows me a picture. It's him and Kojima. I'm like, whoa, when'd you take that? He's like, right now. I'm like, where? I'm like, near the bathroom. He's like, wait, where's Kojima? And he's like, he's right there, bro. So I see Kojima with his entourage walking to the VR station. It was at that year. I'm like, okay, that's it. I got some free time. I'm going to go meet Kojima. So I go after him, and they were mad quick. Him and his whole entourage, they moved into the space real quick, and they went into the VR section. I'm like, all right, he's in this room. I'm just going to plant myself here, and I'm just going to wait. So I waited for like about an hour, but even between that, his producer came out, Kenny Imazumi, I believe, and I talked to him because I still wanted to be professional about it. I was like, hey, I'm a fan of Kojima. I love his work. Would it be okay if I got to shake his hand, take a picture? He's like, yeah, that's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Just chill out right here, So after he finished Kojima, we couldn't really speak because of the translation, but he was really, gracious. I shook his hand, took a picture and all that, and it was so cool, man. Like you said, he's a really, really good guy. Because some people have a bad impression of him. They think he's like stuck up or whatever. No, man, that guy is really giving, mad humble. So it was really an honor to meet him, man.
Yeah. And I remember you and I sat next to him. At last time Sony was at E3. The media experience, that was pretty cool. So let's touch on a very touchy subject right here. EA Sports, not EA Sports, but EA. Okay. They ruffled a lot of feathers with Battlefront, loot boxes, everything. We know a new game is coming out, Jedi Fallen Order. Do you think they will win the fans back with this one, or do you think it's a case of too little, too late, and that's why they just slashed the prices? We just found out today.
Man, yeah. This is the game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that I think a lot of people actually wanted. They wanted a single player Star Wars experience. Even though the first Battlefront did do very well, the one that came out this generation, not the old Battlefront from back in the day, but Battlefront 2, they really messed up. So I think this is their attempt to win the fans over. But, and it could be just me based off of my Twitter, but I'm not seeing as much hype for this game as I should. It's a Star Wars game, and it's coming on the eve of a new Star Wars movie. But I think this game is, their attempt to win people over. I don't know if it has microtransactions. You correct me on that. I don't believe it does, and if it does, it may not be so intrusive. But it seems, at least from what I've seen, and you could go over to geek.com. My editor Jordan Miner did a really great preview of it. He got to play it. It seems like it's what people want, but at this point, I'm a little skeptical about Star Wars, not just the games, but just the franchise in general. So I'm going to wait and see on this one. But hopefully it'll, at least on the video game front, bring the franchise back to where it needs to be. Because let's just be honest, why do you play Star Wars, right? You play Star Wars because of the world, the story, the characters. So this is what people want, not just like, that Battlefront stuff.
Yeah. This is what I think, because it's less hype, I think it's really going to, be a home run. Last game it was all this hype and everything, but I think this one, they're gonna do it and do it well. All right, so before I let you go, let's talk about YouTube, man. YouTube has been in the news, especially when it comes to content creators. They are now being in people's pocket. People are losing their channels, being suspended. Some have gotten their channels back. So, Tony, what's been your take on this whole thing?
All right, so earlier this week, YouTube, they didn't make it. I think somebody just found out. They were looking through the contracts or whatever, and they were like, "Hold on a second here." YouTube literally says like, "Oh, we can pretty much disconnect your channel if we find it's not profitable to us." Well, that's like 99% of YouTube channels, bro. So it's really like just demonstrating to people that YouTube, the you in YouTube, that don't matter to them anymore. They care about money, and we kind of knew this was going to happen as soon as Google bought, YouTube years ago. But yeah, it's bad, man. Like, I see some people, content creators that actually do make a living off of it very worried about what's going to happen, rightfully so. Thankfully, I'm speaking for myself right now. I don't make a living off of YouTube. I do some stuff on YouTube, but that's why we migrated. Me and my friends over at Throwdown, we migrated to Twitch because we kind of saw that YouTube wasn't really being friendly to the consumers anymore, which is sad, man. Because I watch more YouTube than actual TV now, man. It's a really great platform. You can find a lot of stuff there. So it's just sad that a lot of stuff potentially could be gone. Like I don't think they're gonna just kill everything overnight, but they could take away your channel and you can't do anything about it. So that's frightening, man. The power these places have, but at the same time, and I don't want to be fair to them, but I kind of have to be. We don't own that anyway, so they do have the right to do whatever they want with it, whenever they want. That's just how it is, man. That's why I'm not too upset about it. It's like, yeah, I kind of rented the home, man. The owner can take it away anytime he wants, man.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of like if you have a cobra as a pet. And let's say the cobra has been cool with you, but that one day that cobra will bite your hand and take you out. I mean, that's just, that's the way I think of it too. YouTube is in the business of making money, and they have the right to do so. They don't charge us to put our content up. So. I definitely hear where you're coming from, and and it's kind of a humble slap in the face to some of these content creators who felt that they were larger than life. You know what I mean? It just and I'm kind of glad. Sometimes we need to be humble. Like, wait a minute, the reason why you're able to make all this money is because of this platform. And even though this platform is making money too, it's just good to be humble sometime, man. And I'm like you, man. It's all good.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. This is maybe going off topic a little bit, but I always wonder, with these big YouTube guys, like, what would they have been doing for a living had YouTube not existed? You know what I'm saying? So maybe now they need to figure out, like, hey, listen, this thing's not viable. Maybe I need to go out there and try to do something else to try to make a living because this stuff is not sustainable. And I don't think anybody really thought about this. And let's just be honest, a lot of YouTube creators, the bigger ones at least, they're younger cats. You know how it is when you're young, you're immortal, you're invincible, no one could touch you. So they probably figure like, all right, this is it. I'm set for life. They didn't think about the long term. It's like, yo, this may not be around forever. You may want to try to find something else, man. You know what I'm saying? Because and as you see now, the time is coming.
Well said, my friend. Well said. So before I let you get up out of here, are we going to sing some Bon Jovi today, man, or are we just going to hit him up with the...
Oh, no, I said, hey, man, my throat ain't ready for it today. Yeah. We'll try to do that before the year's over, man. I'll try to be on one more time before the year's out so we can talk about the games of the year and all that good stuff.
There we go. Yeah, our third annual Games of the Year. We've done that. So before I let you go, bro, how can ones catch up with you and check out some of your great reviews, man, and check out the Throwdown Show?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm over on Twitter. That's Romudeth, ROMUDETH. And in my bio, you can find links to all my stuff. I write for Geek.com, PC Mag, and Tom's Guide. Geek.com is mostly where you see me doing stuff, but PC Mag, I've written for them before, but I'm back in the fold there doing mostly PC reviews, which is really dope. You see me doing some list stuff for Tom's Guide, a lot of good written stuff. And then there on my bio, you could also see links for my podcast Throwdown, which we go live every Thursday, Sunday night. Thursday is the show where we just talk about the week's news. Sunday is where we take fan questions. A lot of good stuff coming. We're about to wrap up soon in about a little bit over a month, so we're gonna have our own Game of the Year special and all that. And yeah, man, connect with me on Twitch. We're also on Twitch. We're on everything. We're on Twitch, YouTube, which may not be there anymore. We're on SoundCloud. We're everywhere when it comes to Throwdown. But if you want to reach me directly, Twitter, I'm always down to talk, man. As long as you're cool, don't come into my mentions with no nonsense. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, you said don't slip into your DMs talking foolishness, right?
Yeah, no, man. I have my DMs cut off for a reason, man. People go crazy in there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
All right, brother. Great talking to you, man. Catch up with you real soon.
Peace out.
Huge shout out to my friend Tony Polanco. Love chopping it up with him about what's going on in the gaming world. Let's see if some of those predictions are going to come true about different people leaving different companies and all that other good stuff. All right. Before I let you go, I said that in the second segment. I'm saying now. Here come the pitch. If you are looking for a great way to work out, regardless of your ability. Go to my friends at Miron.com. That's MironVR.com. That's MIERON VR.com. They have some great workouts with virtual reality. I have mine. Get yours. Make sure you use promo code Paul on Wheels for your special discount. That's Paul on Wheels for your special discount. Get you one so we can play balloon pop together. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to make like a tree and get out of here. Until next time, I love you, folks. Take care.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.